Today we're going to talk about not one, not two, but 3 iPhone videography tips for beginners. Now many of you who have watched my New Zealand travel videos ask me what camera did I use. Throughout the trip, I only used the iPhone 11 and sometimes it is together with the tripod or gimbal. Smartphones these days are everywhere. You have it in your pocket. You get to use it as your phone, your access to apps, social medias. You get to take pictures and videos on it. It's like an all-in-one device within your palm and it's so convenient. So if you want to learn a couple of tips and you're just starting out, here are my 3 personal iPhone videography tips for you. Go to your iPhone, hit on the settings icon and scroll down until you find the camera icon. Tap on it. So there are a couple of settings over here which I'll cover one by one. The first one is preserve settings. I will toggle camera mode to preserve the last mode. So if you're currently shooting on a video mode, it ensures that whenever you turn your camera back on, it is on the video mode. So ensure that you enable the grid. It will display a 9 box on your live view and it helps you with your composition and leveling of the video. Then we'll move on to the record video. My personal choice will be 180p at 60 frames per second. Now some of you may ask, why don't you shoot at 4K? My personal choice of not using 4K is because number 1, it takes up more space, and number 2, 180p is good enough for any travel videos nowadays. And 60 frames per second allows me to reduce the speed by 50% and that allows me to get some sense of slow-mo. Also ensure that you lock the camera so they don't automatically switch between the camera while you're recording. And for the record slow-mo, I generally do not use record slow-mo that often. Most of my scenes are not fast-paced. So if you're shooting videos of sports, you can use the slow-mo so that you can get even slower shots and you can reduce it down to 25%. For record stereo sound, I turn it off. So generally for an iPhone 11, it has 2 mics. One is at the back of the phone together with your camera and the other one is on the place where you speak into the phone. So it works like a left and right mic. If you enable stereo sound, it will record 2 inputs. And most of the time for us, if you're shooting a travel video, we do not need such an effect. Whether it's your voice or the ambience around you, you just need that one input to your phone. So for the format, there are 2 options for you. One is high efficiency and the other one is most compatible. I normally pick high efficiency because it is a reduced file size so I can record more. But for those who prefer it to be compatible with different devices such as your Windows that doesn't have a codec that supports high efficiency video files, you can use that. So this will be a personal preference and the only thing that it affects is the storage space. And for the composition section, I normally disable everything. What I normally do before I shoot a video is I will compose it and then record. So many people out there hold the iPhone like this, right? You hold it at its 4 corners. While it works if you're stationary, but more often than not when you're moving it becomes shaky. And what I normally like to do is that I'll hold the camera in such a way where 4 fingers are gripping the iPhone, 2 of it is basically holding on to the top part and the other 2 is just for gripping the back of it. The thumb is left to start and stop recording. From here, you basically hold most of the corners of the phone so that it becomes less shaky when you move. Another tip while holding your iPhone is not to extend your arm. Hold it close to your body so it reduces the shakiness. Now of course with the iPhone 11, if you're recording on the ultra wide angle, it has an internal stabilization, but what you want to do is to ensure that when you record itself, you give the sense of stabilization. If you're not, you can always use a gimbal to help you with stabilization. So when you start recording, what happens when you move from a dark to a bright area, or especially if you're recording someone from a distance and there is an object that passes by right in front of your camera, the autofocus will kick in. So what you need to do is just tap anywhere on your focus point, hold it for a second, and then you will see the AE/AF lock, which means that the auto exposure and the autofocus is already locked. So if anyone passes by right in front of your iPhone, or if you move from a dark to a brighter area, the auto exposure and the autofocus doesn't kick in and that maintains the video focus, which is critical whenever you shoot a video. So those are 3 basic tips that I'm sharing today for beginners. Just to recap, number 1 is your camera settings. Number 2, ensuring that you hold it the right way. And number 3, disabling the autofocus and auto exposure on your camera because sometimes it can be a nuisance. So I hope that these 3 tips helps you in some way and I'll see you in the next video.